To the long-standing debate, what's scarier, the bottom of the ocean or space? Here's some fun facts to help you decide. If you think black holes in space are scary, there are black holes in the ocean. Yep, you heard that right. Black holes in the ocean. As if it couldn't get worse. These things are called eddies, and they can be 150 kilometers in width and can last for months or years. Amazing. By the year 2100, our ocean is supposed to grow 2 meters in depth, which is going to swallow a handful of major coastal cities. 1 milliliter of ocean water can contain up to 10 million viruses, and this is a real danger when it comes to climate change. There's a real committee called the International Cruise Victims Association dedicated to finding people who have fallen overboard from cruise ships and just never returned. Also, if you don't know the prevalence of this, look it up. Basically, any time someone falls overboard off of a cruise or a major ship like this, there's no finding them. They'll look for them for a couple of hours just to say that they did, but there's typically no finding them. The ocean contains about 3 million shipwrecks and about 90,000 plane wrecks, not to mention the thousands, potentially millions of corpses that are just in the ocean. The Gulf of Mexico has a type of flesh-eating bacteria in its waters, and for the most part this is not life-threatening, but it's still flesh-eating bacteria. After sitting in salt water for about 3 days, anyone who has fallen off ship and clinging to pieces of wreckage to survive, their skin starts to dissolve. Amazing. Typically clinging to whatever they're holding on to. Just the Pacific Ocean, all by itself, is already larger than all of Earth's landmass combined. And we know that we've only discovered between 5, 10, 20% of the ocean. Even if it's 20%, that's still 80% that we don't know about. And most of that is complete and total darkness and pressure that would kill humans. And most of our technology currently, so we have no idea what's under there. The last thing about the ocean that I'm sure there's a good explanation for this, but I just won't ever understand, is internet cables in the ocean. Look them up. How are they there? How does that work? How do sharks not just eat them all the time? I truly have no idea how the internet works. And space facts. When it comes to space, you could fit all of the planets in our solar system between us and our moon. I thought the moon was a lot closer than that. Apparently it is not. Invisible radiation is one of the most dangerous things about space travel. Not necessarily all of the other horrifying things about space travel. Black holes, as there are plenty of them in space, travel at millions of miles per second and just shred anything atom to atom that they come in contact with. So one could be hurling at us and we would have no idea. Every day, several tons of materials from space just fall down into Earth, but they are so microscopic that we don't really ever see them with our naked eye. So you, if you stand outside, could be getting space dust on you at any given moment, which is cool or scary. There's a type of star, Y-type brown stars, that are cool enough that you could touch them without burning your hand. There are 1.6 quadrillion tons of gold in the Earth's core. Think about that. That is so much. And precious metals, like gold, are forged when planets and stars collide, and that dust just scatters across the universe. Diamonds are found all over our solar system, not just Earth. Certain types of supernova stars can die and come back to life. Jupiter's gravity has been protecting us from asteroids and meteors for many, many, many years. Everyone say thank you, Jupiter. The stress from being in space, even if you are technically safe, can change your DNA. We found this out when an astronaut who went to space had a genetic difference when he came back from his twin brother who was also an astronaut. And one of the first things that would kill you in space, other than the lack of oxygen, is that all of the water in your body would boil until eventually you popped. So that's wonderful. And it would take about 2 minutes for you to die if you didn't have a spacesuit on. I don't want to go to either. But you let me know in the comments what you think is scarier, space or the ocean. I'm kind of leaning towards the ocean, but space could have so many of those, so I truly don't know.